am Dr. Divya Santosh from Restoration Healthcare Center, Sikkim. So I thank Shem Gonme for this wonderful opportunity to say something about eating habits. So you might be wondering, how am I eating all these days? Am I not eating? Yes, of course. We all are living beings. Every living being eats. We cannot survive without eating. But how do we eat? Because if you see all the living creatures, they eat only raw food. Human beings are the only living beings who eat cooked food. Either it may be cooked meat or cooked vegetables or cooked grains, whatever it may be. But the animals, only the pet animals whom the human beings tend to give cooked food. If you can see lions, if you can see the other animals, they just eat food as it is. So if you can check on their intestine, their gallbladder, and all these things are just created in such a way that their nature of eating. So even if you can compare human being with the animals, if you compare human being with the lion's intestine is just 1.5 meters away. And the human beings, we have almost 6 meter long small intestine and 1.5 meter large intestine. And if you can just measure from the mouth till the anus, it is almost more than 10 meters. If you can check the cows and all those herbivores, if you can see, their digestive system is also very complexive and a very lengthy digestive system, because we are created to eat such food that should stay more time in the body to get absorbed properly. But in case of the animals like lion or the ferocious leopard, they do not require any lengthy digestive system, because they are created to eat flesh, and they do not eat cooked flesh, because cooked meat is a poison. So to speak, you might be wondering all this while I was eating all these things. Actually, that makes diseases. So the diseases and sufferings that prevail everywhere are primarily due to the popular mistakes that we make in everyday aspect of our life. So what are some of the instructions that we are supposed to eat? So the first point is, a major portion of your meal should consist fruits and vegetables. As I said earlier, the ferocious animals doesn't require any large, complex, lengthy digestive system, since they eat flesh. So the moment they eat flesh, they do not even chew the food, they just hog the food and it goes directly into their digestive system, and they have plenty, they have a storm of bile juice. So, since their digestive system is very short, they do not require much time to digest and remove all this dirt from their body, the animal fat. So, the digestion takes place very fast. So, they do not require much time to digest or absorb. But in case of human beings and cows, goats, and all those herbivores animals, they require time. They have to chew the food. If you look into the teeth, the ferocious animals, those who eat the meat, they do not have any grinding teeth, because they do not require chewing the food. But if you see the other herbivore animals, they have grinding tooth. Why? They have to chew the food very well, because the carbohydrate digestion starts from the mouth. So no digestion takes place in the stomach. The rest of the digestion takes place in the intestine. So this is a very, very important thing that you have to keep in your mind. What is the reason for all these diseases? Because we are not giving the right fuel to our body. We have been abusing our body with all kinds of rubbish, the junk food. We are not supposed to eat, we are eating it. So please do not scold me if I offend you. Actually, I have to say it because you should understand how the body, the human body is created, how the mechanism of human body is. So when you come to cooking, making the meal, so you have to remember, the first point that you have to remember is, when you prepare a meal, the major portion of your meal should consist fruits and vegetables because it has life. We have been eating on, munching on all dead bodies, might be. Because though it is rice or though it is grains, we cook and eat. Sometimes we overcook and eat. There is no life. But if you can look into apple or grams, if you put water and keep, it might germinate. That means it has life. So what we are supposed to do, when you eat a meal, try to have a major portion of fruits and vegetables. And let it look very colorful and very tastier too and healthier too. So you have to keep this in mind, to include fruits and vegetables, the major portion of your meal. Okay, the second thing. So from diet, from meal to meal, have some differentiation, have some special. So it doesn't mean that you have to include so many items at one meal itself. What you can do is, if the breakfast has some items, you do not repeat the same for the lunch. Usually everybody eats rice for 3 times. It's a very bad habit. So try to include different items, but keeping it in mind that you have to continue, you have to follow a balanced diet, having carbohydrates, having proteins, having fat and vitamins and minerals. So there are macronutrients and micronutrients. So what are macronutrients? Nothing but carbohydrates, proteins, fat. So these are the macronutrients, and micronutrients are nothing but vitamins and minerals. As you know, vitamins, vitamin A, B, C, D, E, K, all these are vitamins. And what is minerals? Zinc, selenium, iron, and all this copper, magnesium, all these are minerals. So you need everything in your food. Why? Because the calcium absorption, iron absorption from your food takes place only with some prerequisites. That means if you do not have sufficient vitamins like vitamin C, vitamin A, these are the precursors for all this mineral absorptions, and all this nutrition will be absorbed in your body only when you have these prerequisites or the precursors, that is vitamins and minerals and some phytochemicals, isoflavones, all these things you require so that whatever you eat, the nutrition will be absorbed into your body. So it is very necessary to include fruits and vegetables, because you do not have vitamins and phytochemicals in the non-vegetarian diet or the other junk food. Okay, so the first point is include major portion should be fruits and vegetables. Second point is you have some differentiation, have special food that doesn't mean a high calorie or fried or any other junk food, but have some different style of cooking. So, and the third point, so kindly use only whole grains and avoid all refined grains, either it is refined oil or refined grains. Kindly avoid all this refined food, because refined food does not contain any fiber diet. So if there is no fiber, there will be no proper digestion, and you will have constipation. You will have your nutrition will not be absorbed properly, because fiber is the food for your gut bacteria. So gut bacteria, the gut microbiome has a very major role in the process of digestion. So if you do not provide with enough fiber, so the microbiome will not grow. The microbiome will die. They will not get their food. If they get their food, they will segregate. They will break down your food into minute particles, so that your food, that nutrition will be absorbed properly into your blood, so that all your cells will get nutrition and it will produce energy. And the fourth point is eliminate rich concentrated foods like high in sugar, fats, oils, especially like all the white colored things like salt, sugar, maida, all-purpose flour I'm talking about. So all these things, and white rice, refined rice, white rice, kindly avoid all this stuff, because this produces diabetes. The white poisons, these are the culprit that produces diabetes. So kindly avoid. So these are some of the things which I just want you to keep it in your mind. Maybe in the next episode I would continue the other points. Thank you. Thanks for watching.